What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. Man, I appreciate you guys coming by for this live show that we're going to be doing. And the Knicks pull off a great victory tonight by beating their arch nemesis, the Atlanta Hawks, 126 to 120. Man, we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about it. Knicks get their first victory of the season in beautiful fashion. Beautiful fashion, I must say. This is a total team effort, man. Total team effort. Guys were pretty much doing it all. We saw it from Randall. We saw it from Big Mitch. We saw it, of course, DiVincenzo having his first breakout game as a Knick. Just everybody, even our iHeart, doing his lunch pail type of work tonight, right? Just everything, man, across the board. And, of course, we saw Jalen Brunson shine with 31 points, 8 3-pointers, and RJ just keeps cooking, right? RJ was just the man tonight. You gotta give RJ his props, man. RJ is looking good, right? RJ at 26 tonight, looking all of the way, like that pretty much that that FIBA World Cup thing that he played this year has really, really helped his game, right? It really, really, truly has, right? So we're definitely gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. But yeah, it feels good for the Knicks to be back in the winning column, right? Especially with them having a back-to-back. Going to be in New Orleans playing the Pelicans, which is huge, right? So they got to be ready to go because Zion's going to be ready. They were off today. He looked like a monster the other day. He looked like Zion is back, right? So yeah, they got to get ready. I hope Randall's eating his Wheaties tonight, getting his sleep, right? Relaxing on the jet, going to New Orleans because he's going to need it. Zion's going to be ready to go. Right, so I'm just waiting for everybody to get up in here. Give me a shout and let me know that you're in here. Yeah, man, let's get it rocking and rolling. Hope everybody is doing well on this Friday night. Friday night Knicks, man, great win to start off the season. Right, I want to see exactly how you guys feel. How you guys feel? Right? Do you feel it was a good win? Do you feel like the Knicks kind of let them back in the game? Right? He did give up a lot of points, right? But to me, it's just about the victory, right? It's going to be rusty. And they look rusty at moments, right? Meaning like sloppy, shall I say. But a win's a win in this league. It doesn't matter how you get it. You know what I mean? NBIC, what's going on, man? How you doing? Great win tonight. Great win tonight for our Knicks, man. For our Knicks. You got to admit it. You got to admit it. NBIC, I understand. I know you're going to probably have a lot bad stuff to say. But hey, listen, man. We got to take it however we can get it, right? A win is a win in this league. Period. And especially against our arch nemesis, Trae Young over there. We got to take care of them boys. We can't play around with them. We got to take care of them. We got to knock them out. We got to beat them every chance they get. Ever since they did what they did to us in that playoff series a couple of years ago, just never liked Atlanta. Never, right? Even though I knew that Knicks team wasn't the best team, it was just good for them to be back in the playoffs. It felt right. It felt like the league was back. When the Knicks are rolling, it just feels like the NBA feels better. I mean, hey, maybe I'm a little biased, right? Because I'm a New York fan, born and raised in it. But it's just the NBA just feels right when the Knicks are relevant. It just does, right? I'm just being totally honest with you. So it felt really, really good, right, for the Knicks to be back in the playoffs with that team. I didn't care. Randall had an exceptional year. He exploded on the scene. But what Trae Young did to us in those playoffs, yeah, it still stinks, right? So, anytime the Knicks get an opportunity to play him and destroy him, that's what I'm happy with, right? So, he didn't have a great night. He didn't have a great night at all, right? His numbers weren't good at all. Grimes did a really good job. I don't want to just say Grimes, but it was just a team effort. Everybody pretty much did well. Fix my mic here for a second. Everyone else pretty much did well in regards to guarding him. Excuse me. And like I said, I thought it was a team effort, right, in regards to him, right? Because, look, he was only 4 for 16 tonight. He had 18 points, 2 for 5 from 3. It's his second game. He struggled. Last game he definitely struggled, but he's got to play better in order for them to win. I mean, he's their engine, right? He's the guy that gets things going for them. And when he's not playing well, they just don't look like a good team. They just don't, right? They also lost Collins, right? They got Sadiq Bey, but they lose some size, right? Collins was big, athletic wing. He was a 4, but he played, he was super athletic, man. Super athletic for his size and their position. And they lost him, so he was a big piece a couple of years ago to what they did in the playoffs. That's why he got that big money, right? But getting Sadiq Bey, he's kind of he has his moments, right? He has his moments. He kind of got lost out there in Detroit, right? But he's a good pro. But I don't know if he's going to contribute at the level that Collins did. I just don't, right? I know they're hoping for that guy, Jalen Johnson. I know they're hoping for him to pretty much take over the Collins role. But they're an okay team, right? They're an okay team, right? They're not bad, but they're okay, right? The Knicks were handling this game from beginning to end, right? It was a very, how can I say? The Knicks were in control from the beginning to the end, right? I didn't feel that the Knicks were going to lose this game. They're totally the better team. They pretty much held the game at a 6 to 11 point, advantage like the whole night. Atlanta tied it up. I think it was later on in the third. But once again, I didn't feel that the Knicks were going to lose. I just didn't. But once again, right, these are teams that the Knicks should beat. That's why I feel that they're the number 3 seed in the East. I do. I think the only 2 better teams are Gravity. What's going on, man? What's good? LV, RJ Barrett looking better this year. I'm telling you, man. Listen, RJ, man, RJ's looking really, really good, man. He's looking really good. I said this earlier. That playing in that FIBA World Cup, right? I think that really helped his game. Because he looks like he's ready to go, man. And what he's doing now, if you guys notice, he's attacking a lot more. Like, he's not starting off with jumpers. Like, he's attacking and going to the basket. He's getting to the free throw line. And then now, if you notice, guys, he's got that 15-footer now, man. You see that elbow jump shot he pulling out? Yo, if he gets that in his bag, oh, man, watch out. Watch out, because he ain't just settling for long jumpers. He's hitting them elbow jumpers. He's hitting that 15-footer right there. He saw him hit that fadeaway today. Like, yo, man, he's getting a nice offensive arsenal. But, it makes sense, though, man, that this is happening to him. Remember, once again, he's still a young guy. How old is RJ? 23, man. He's only 23. So it's only right that, he's been in the league since he was 18, 19 years old, that now he's starting to get it, right? So that's why you don't give up on your young guys. You let them develop, especially he's a number 3 pick. You let him develop. Now you're seeing what he could possibly be. Hopefully he continues on his trend. And I know it's only game 2, right? So we don't want to jump out the window and say RJ is going to be an all-star. But what I'm saying is he looks a lot more mature in his game. He's making quick decisions with the pill. He's not unsure about what he wants to do. He understands where he wants to go, how he wants to attack. And if you notice, just like with any ball player, right, you got to start inside out. Inside out. So he's going to the hole. He's getting fouled. Then he's coming back and shooting free throws, which is giving him confidence seeing the ball go through the hoop. And then he takes a step back. Then he's hitting a couple of threes. Now he's knocking down threes. What was he tonight from three-point line? What was he tonight? Let's take a look here. RJ was 3 for 5 from 3, man. 3 for 5 and 5 for 6 from the free throw line, man. Yo, boss, it's like I said, listen, if he can take it, remember last game he was 6 for 7 from the free throw line. This game he was 5 for 6. 3 for 5 from 3. Hey, listen, man. If we can get this from him, we're going to be a dangerous team. Dangerous. NBIC, RJ should have had the focus instead of Randall. Should have been the focus instead of Randall. Imagine what he could have been with Obi and Cam. I think RJ was always the focus, NBIC. I think he was, man. That's why he was the number 3 pick. I think he was always the focus. I just think that Randall exploded the way he did, man. That 2 years ago in that that season where they lost to the Hawks, like I was talking earlier, that changed the scope of him with the organization, right? And I think that he played so well that year that it was like, wow, like if we can get this guy to be our guy, like be our all-star, then that's a great thing, right? And listen, hey, look, Randall played well tonight. What I like with Randall, how he played tonight, he played with a lot of composure tonight. I didn't see him rushing shots, right? I didn't see him kind of being like unsure, like he didn't know what to do with the pill. Like I didn't see that. He made decisive decisions and made great passes. He almost had a triple-double tonight. His numbers were 17, 10. I believe he had 10 boards. How many boards he had? 12. He had 17, 12, and 9. 17, 12, and 9, man. He almost had a triple-double tonight. I mean, look at those numbers, man. +7, right? I mean, listen, man. You got to give the guy credit. You have to. There's no way you have to sit back and just let him and just, listen. My thing is this. Get the win, man. I don't care how we get it. Get the win. No one cares about all that other stuff, right? And what I mean by that is you want your star players to produce. That's why Brunson is who he is, right? So I know we have Brunson, so I'm not too worried about that. But I love the fact that he didn't force anything, if that makes any sense. He only took 10 shots, so he was 4 for 10 from the field, right? He shot 40%. But what I'm saying is he didn't force anything. And a lot of times last year with Randall, he would try to force things to work because he just wanted to be the guy. Now he looks a little bit more composure. Now it's only game 2. So once again, we don't want to jump out the window and say Randall has turned a new leaf. We don't want to say that. But he played better tonight. So what's going on, Gideon? How you doing, man? If it's your first time coming by, please like and subscribe. But I appreciate you coming by, rocking with your boy LV, man. I truly, truly appreciate it, Gideon. Thank you for coming by. Salute to you, my man. Okay. Randall is not a superstar. He is a number 2 or 3 option, and they should treat him like that. No, listen, they do treat him like that. Everyone knows the number 1 option is Brunson. I think they treat him like a number 2 or number 3 option now, since Brunson came yet last year. That's what I'm seeing now, right? Gideon, appreciate that, Gideon. Thank you so much, man. Everybody give a thumbs up, 5 stars, or whatever you want to do for Gideon, man. Appreciate him for subscribing to the channel. He can be part of the crew, man. He can be part of the crew. Okay, DiVincenzo played better tonight as well compared to last game. He's warming up. You know what, Gravity? Hold on, I'm going to get to you in 1 second, Gravity. Let me see. Gideon said, good win. Got scary, but at the same time, a win is a win. Absolutely. Just subscribe. Offense was flopping for most of the game, and ball was popping. Right, absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you, Gideon. Gravity. You know what it is, Gravity? I'm going to be honest with you. DiVincenzo's a hell of a ball player. Okay, let's be clear, right? He's from the Nova Boys. They call him that, but he's from that crew for a reason, right? When he was in college, he was getting busy. He's no scrub. And when he was out there with Golden State, he shot just under 40% from 3, right? So you saw him today. He can light it up. Gravity. Here's something I want everybody in here to pay attention to, right? Look at Grimes' numbers, right? Grimes only played 25 minutes. Shot 2 for 6 from three, from field goals. 2 for 5 from three. No free throws. 1 rebound, 1 assist, 6 points. Look at DiVincenzo. 20 minutes. 6 for 10, 3 for 5 from 3, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. He has 16 points. Listen, guys, pay attention to that. Pay attention to that. And I understand people want to say it's just one game. It's not just one game. It's not. That's what he does. If Grimes is struggling, I would not be surprised if Tibbs makes a switch and starts DiVincenzo. I would not be surprised. DiVincenzo is the perfect Tibbs guy. He plays defense, and he could score it, but no problem. I don't know if you saw, but at the end of the game, remember when Brunson made that pass to Grimes in the corner and he dropped it, right? And he fouled Trae Young. When that happened, they called DiVincenzo up. He was about to get subbed into the game. And Thibodeau stopped it and said, wait, just wait, give it a minute. They're ready to pull that trigger, man. I hope Grimes is paying attention. I hope he is. Because DiVincenzo's coming, man. Listen, the kid, if anybody, I don't know if did anybody watch Golden State games last year? I watched a lot of them. The kid can play, man. He's nice. Listen, people are sleeping on him, man. They have no idea how good of a ball player he is. There's a reason why the Knicks gave him that money. And there's a reason why he was on the court doing what he was doing tonight. He's just warming up. But pay attention. Trust me, you heard it here first with LV. I would not be surprised. And I'm not saying tomorrow. I'm not saying next week. But I wouldn't be surprised if December or January, you start seeing him starting and Grimes coming off the bench or something like that. I would not be surprised by that. Okay, Gideon said, I was saying offense was great for most of the game. It was. Gideon, it was. We pretty much controlled the game. You know, it wasn't like I said earlier. It wasn't one point during this game where I felt the Knicks were in trouble. I just didn't. Right? They came out firing. Brunson looked like Brunson. Right? He's the guy, man. He's the guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about who the man is on the team. Period. And I think Randall knows that too. Randall's a good ball player, but he's not the guy, though. Brunson is the guy. He goes, how far he goes is how far we go, right? When he's cooking, we're rocking and rolling. NBIC, yeah, but RJ got lost in the sauce for a while. He struggled for a while. You know what, NBIC, let's once again, right? Excuse me, drink my water. Understand this, right? When Brunson came last year, I stated this before last year, right? It took RJ a while to find out where he fit in that mix. He got used to playing with Randall that you have another guy in there who's also another lefty, but who's crafty and who's ball dominant and takes a lot of shots. See, tonight RJ only took 15 shots. Brunson had 21 shots, man. Shot almost 50% from the field, but he just took 21 shots. That's your point guard, right? So, and that's his game. That's how he plays. So, then you got him. Then you got Randall. So for RJ, it's hard for him to figure out exactly where he fits into that, right? And I think that, NBIC, I think it took him a while to gauge that. Like he was trying to feel out his game all last year. He just couldn't get a feel for it. Him playing in that FIBA World Cup, playing with SGA, and of course a couple other good players from the league who was on that Canada team. I think that he was able to kind of feel and understand his game and realize where his strengths are and his weaknesses. I think that really helped him. Now, it's still early, so, RJ could always revert back. But what I'm seeing in these two games, I'm seeing a different player. I am. The way he's going downhill attacking is amazing because that's where he's going to win. You got to understand, once again, he's getting to the free throw line, man. He's getting to the free throw line. And he was 5 for 6 tonight. Last year, he would have been like 2 for 6. right? He was missing free throws left and right. Now he tightened that up. So that's what gives him the 26 points. That's what's putting him, because now he's knocking it down at the line. He draws a lot of fouls. He's a big, I told you, he's a big guard, big wing. RJ's about 6'7", 6'8". He's big. So he's going to draw a lot of fouls. So he's got to knock down the free throws. So now he's understanding his game. You're seeing it. These first two games. Now, once again, it's early, but that's the thing I'm seeing from RJ. NBIC, Grimes isn't involved in the offense enough. Grimes is the better defender. The same thing that is happening to him that happened to RJ, Obi, Quickley, Cam, Deuce, and Fournier. It's not a coincidence. NBIC, here's the issue. Good point, but here's where you're kind of off on that. Grimes is not there to score, right? There's only one ball. You got three guys that are ball dominant. Like I said, you got Randall, you got RJ, and of course you got Brunson, right? Where is he going to get his shot? So when he gets the ball, he's got to be able to knock it down. Like no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He can't be 2 for 5 from the field, and he can't have no free throws, right? So that's where he's got to get better. He just has to, and he's got to understand his role. He understands his role is to play defense, but he's got to get better with knocking down that shot. That's where DiVincenzo comes in, because DiVincenzo don't think twice. He get that pill, he's scoring. He's not. His confidence is through the roof. You know what I mean? Playing in college at a big-time program in Villanova, then coming over and playing with, of course, the Splash Brothers over there, you really develop your game. His game is developed. You can see it. And he plays uber confident. He's not unsure of himself. He makes a mistake, so what? He played a tough. You wouldn't even know the way he played today. You wouldn't even know he had a tough game at opening night against the Celtics. You wouldn't even know it the way he played tonight. The guy's uber confident, man. And so I don't see that with Grimes. Grimes is unsure of himself. You could see it when he's pulling. DiVincenzo ain't unsure at all, and he's gonna play his game. And that's what makes IQ so great. And I think IQ came back down to earth today, people. What do you think? I think he came back down to earth. And see, I'm going to touch on this, but if IQ wants to get his bag up, he can't have games like this. You can't go from 24 to 11. It don't work like that in this league. And then you want the bag. It don't go like that. Not at all. Okay, Gravity. RJ's threes is falling more now as well, and his shooting form looks more fluid. Gravity, remember, right? Remember last year in the playoffs he went and got that fixed? He got that fixed, his form, and the same thing with his free throws, right? He went to the shooting coach during the playoffs when he was stinking it up against the Cavs. He went to a shooting coach on his day off. He tightened up his form. He realized what he was doing. And he fixed it. And that's when he started lighting it up in the playoffs. And it carried over to FIBA, and now it's carrying over now. Gravity, you see that? You see that little elbow jump shot? Yo, if he can get that, oh, man, the league is in trouble. Because he's already strong going to that rack. And he draws a lot of fouls. But if he can get that 15-footer and that corner jumper right there, that's the money shot, man. That's the money shot. He's unguardable now. NBIC, that's why you need plays designed for him. And that's why we lost in the playoffs, because we are predictable. I like Grimes. I do. But in this league, when you're playing, you got to know your role, man. You got to know your role. Your role is what's going to keep you with a job. He's not going to have plays designed for him when he's got a guy that was picked number 3 in the draft, who's coming around, who's 23 years old, who looks like he's turning the corner as far as being a top scorer. He averaged 19.5 last year. A guy like Brunson, we already know who he is, and a guy who's 2-time All-NBA and 2-time All-Star. The plays designed for him? No, man. He got to know his role. There's only one ball, NBIC. That's just what it is. Now, when he gets his opportunity, he's got to take full advantage of that. That's the way this league is. They're not going to design plays for Grimes. They're not going to do that. He's not that caliber of player. He's just not. I like him as a ball player, but I'm just saying you got to call a thing a thing. Gravity, yes, he worked on that form and it's lit now. Yeah, man. Yo, he looks fluid, man. And you know what it is too, Gravity? He looks confident. He looks very sure in what he needs to do and what he wants to do. Like, he's not, like, uncertain of anything. He's attacking. That's what he's doing. He's attacking. He's taking high percentage shots. Gravity, even though he was getting blocked by Porzingis the other night, those are high percentage shots, man. RJ ain't just chucking up threes. He's not doing that. Yeah, I'm telling you, his pull-up shot looks good, and I'm telling you, it'll be dangerous. That's the money shot in this league, man. Especially for a big guy like him. He's a big wing. Like I told you, he's about 6'7", 6'8". I told you, I think he's gotten bigger. I saw him in the video, man. He looks bigger than 6'6". I'm 6'3". A couple of my boys is 6'5", 6'6". He looks bigger than them dudes, man. He looks like he's about 6'7", 6'8". And he's strong. You know what I'm saying? So he's going to that rack. He's a load, man. So if he get that 15-footer, watch out. Watch out. I'm telling you. NBIC, the development of players is very important. We have no superstars on this team. Everybody has to be utilized properly. Now, agreed. Development is very important. You're absolutely right. I think everybody is being utilized properly. What I saw tonight, NBIC, was a well-cohesive unit. Running like a well-oiled machine. That's what I saw tonight. Not one point during this game did I feel like the Knicks were in trouble. NBIC, RJ is 6'7". Yeah, listen, I think he's like 6'8" now, man. I think he's like 6'8". I'm telling you, he looks bigger. He does not look like, he looks like he's 6'8". I saw a video of him training, and he looks big, man. Now, when you get on the court, you start defending them dudes. He's a load if you got to deal with him all game long going to that rack. You just let him have the layup, man. He's too big. But anyway, back to what I was saying, right? Sorry about that. So, I think guys are developing. All right. This is the toughest league in the world, NBIC. So, in order to be great in this league, you got to know your role. There's only one ball. You got to understand who the stars are, and that's it. Period, end of story. It's the same thing that happened in Denver. Denver knows who the stars are, who's taking the shots. They understand that. So a guy like Gordon, who played with Orlando, was a top pick. He understands, like, my role over here ain't to score. My role over here is to play defense, rebound, get fast break points, and get shots where I can get them. But I'm not here to be shooting shots like Murray and Joker. I'm not here to do that. That's not what I'm here for. So the Knicks are running things perfectly, man. Perfectly. They made it to the second round of playoffs last year, NBIC. And I think by the way they look this year, they look a little better because they've been playing together for a while. So you can see the cohesiveness. They look like a good unit, man. And believe it or not, if Brunson would have played better, Randall would have played better. If DiVincenzo would have knocked down a couple more shots in the Garden, they would have beat Boston the other night. And if we would have knocked down some free throws, we'd have beat Boston. The ball movement was great tonight. They were swinging the rock around to the open man. Absolutely, man. Looked like a cohesive unit. We look great tonight. We look really, really good. That's against Atlanta. Look, at this team again against a championship caliber team or champions, it will be apples and oranges. NBIC, we just played a championship caliber team the other night. It didn't look like we didn't belong on the court with those guys. It looked like if we would have knocked down our free throws, we would have won. As bad as Randall played and as bad as Brunson played, we only lost by 4. This team is better than what you're seeing. Now, I get it. We want a superstar. I agree. I think we're one player away. Because what I'm seeing right now, I love what I see. Honestly, and I'm just being honest with you guys. If we can find somewhere way out there to get a 4 that can come off the bench and do what Obi did for us last year, if not better, but rebound, because Obi didn't really rebound, we're a dangerous team. Dangerous. Nobody's going to want to play us. Nobody. Boston Stars didn't perform well at all. NBIC neither did ours, man. Neither did ours. Randall played like crap, and so did Brunson. RJ and IQ kept us in the game. And us missing free throws. I'm just being honest, boss. I'm just I gotta call a thing, man. What I like tonight was this, right? Wiz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by. Everybody, too, if you guys are in here, right, please hit that like button for your boy, man. I appreciate you guys coming by late, rocking with the kid. Yo, man, please hit that like button. Continue to rock on, man. Let's do it, man. Let's make it happen. Wiz BKLA, appreciate you coming by again, brother. They beat a team that we're supposed to beat. If Brown and Drew played to their capabilities, we could have we could have gotten blown out. I still think that we can compete as a top team in the entire NBA. Agreed. But where I do disagree in this one part is that you said if Brown and Drew played to their capabilities, we could have gotten blown out. I don't think so. Because if Randall would have played to his capabilities and Brunson, I think it would have been a different ball game. Different ball game. Randall still has a lot left in the tank. I think also, too, remember, guys, Randall played composed, but he's not in shape yet. A lot of those guys aren't in shape yet. You can see they were breathing heavy, man. They were tired. They're not in game shape yet. I think Randall he has the sea legs, right? He's coming back off of, the ankle surgery. He didn't play during his off season. He traveled a lot. He stated that. He's got a new haircut. And he's got the sketches, right? So he's got to get used to the sketches and the new Caesar. You know what I'm saying? So give him a minute. But the sketches and the Caesar are giving him composure. He was cool tonight. No issues. He wasn't trying to force the ball. He was being a facilitator, and he put up great numbers. The one thing I will say about Randall, one thing I have always loved about his game, I'll be honest with you, is that he rebounds. He hits that glass, man. He hits that glass. He doesn't run away from defensive rebounds. It's very hard to get offensive rebounds with him and Big Mitch down in that bar. He crashes those boards, man. And that's one thing I like about Randall. I do. That's a big part of his game. Now, as bad as he shot, right? He didn't play that great. He almost had a triple-double, man. 17, 12, and 9. Look at those numbers, man. I mean, come on. And I think both teams are still getting their legs right. That's just my opinion. You could see it. Both teams were kind of tired, but we were clearly the better team. And in this league, this is what you got to do to teams like that. You got to beat these guys because they're going to be scrappy. They're going to be, but you're clearly a better team than them, and you proved it, right? The Knicks left for majority of the game. It was not. Did you guys at any point feel like the Knicks were going to lose? I didn't feel that at all. Even when they tied it up, we're just a better team. We got better players. NBIC. The point is this. Is the regular season. None of that matters. It's only for positioning. The playoffs is what matters. And we aren't poised for that with this team or coach. NBIC. It's a good point. It's good points, man. This is game 2. I can't talk about playoffs now. It's game 2. Let's build up to that. Let's build up and find out what we have as a team first. Let's see how guys play in January and February. Let's see that when it comes to positioning. Let's see that. Let's see how guys play on a Tuesday night when they got to play in Utah. Like, let's see how guys play and stuff, because that's hard in this league to do. On a back-to-back, on a West Coast trip, right? Let's see. It's game 2, man. It's game 2. I'm not thinking about playoffs. We'll build up to that. Where's BKLA? Randall has definitely shown more maturity and self-control. Yes, that's what I said earlier, my man. So far, I have to give him props for that. You got to give him props. You got to give him props for that. You do. He looks a lot more chill. I'm telling you, I think it's the Skechers, and I think it's the Caesar. I think he's locked in because of that. The Skechers, you know what I mean? He changed the game with that, B. You copping? Y'all copping a pair of them? I'm not copping a pair, but I'm just saying, y'all copping them? Who's balling in some Skechers? I'm not talking about walk around because they are comfortable. Let's keep it a buck. If anybody tried it, they on. Them joints is official. But are you balling in Skechers? Y'all let me know. I'm concerned that the Hawks missed critical shots in the last few minutes because we kept letting them back in the game. You know, and I'm not really too worried about that, Wiz, because we kind of started making mistakes too that just wasn't like us, right? Brunson kind of turned the ball over. He threw a good pass to Grimes. Grimes just dropped it. Then he made a bad bounce pass to RJ. Like, these are all mistakes that people kind of make at times when they're still getting their legs together, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not too worried about that. But once again, they missed some shots, but the Knicks kind of made some mistakes too, right? I mean, the Knicks were in control of this game, man. I wasn't really too worried about it. They're a way better team than the Hawks, and they proved it tonight. Because even as good as the Knicks played, they made a lot of mistakes too, like bad ones. IQ didn't have it going tonight. I remember he pulled up for 3. He usually makes that joint. That joint, what a classic, yo, man, he shot a UFO, right? Like, I'm just saying, the joint hit the backboard, B. He didn't even hit the rim, hit the backboard. I was like, yo, IQ, you bugging out, right? So, you have some of those games, but wins like this shows your caliber of team, right? Because if the Knicks would have lost this, I'd be like, oh, come on. But they had it in control, man. They locked it down and pulled out a great victory, I think. You know what I mean? To kind of get them in the winning column. I'll put it to you like this. The Knicks before would have lost this game. The old Knicks. Without Brunson, they would have lost this game. Wiz said the haircut and the sneakers are the reasons. Of course, man. B is keeping them calm, man. It's them Skechers, B. I'm telling you. Not copping those, but I'm not hating on them. Word up. Yo, Gravity, whatever it takes, right? If it's the Skechers, let's make it happen. I don't know, man. Them Kobe's, man. I don't know. That Mamba mentality was getting to him, man. Was getting to him. Now these Skechers is probably making him like more calm and relaxed, man. Maybe, man. I don't know. Maybe. NBIC, we have seen this for 3 years already. Come on, son. Every year is the same thing. High hopes that get deflated when it counts. NBIC, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's game number 2, man. It's game number 2. If this is December and they done lost like 3 in a row, 4 in a row, like how they look last year, before Tibbs made the change, all right, I got you. This is game 2, man. It's game 2. Wiz, IQ kind of went a little John Starks on us. See, yo, okay. All right, let me get into the IQ thing. There was talks, right? Fred Katz. Fred Katz says a lot of good stuff. He's got a lot of stuff he writes on, and I read a couple of his stuff. Fred Katz is pretty good. Around the league, everyone likes IQ, right? That's what's been stated. But they don't know how far of a player he can be, like how far he can go, right? Because in this league, you're judged by your consistency as a player and how you play in big moments, right? The playoffs were big for IQ, and he didn't play well. And then a year prior to that, when he was in the playoffs again, his first year when they played against the Hawks, he didn't play that well. Teams around the league keep a memo of that stuff, man. They keep memos of that. So when you come to the table and you want big money, they open up that memo and say, remember this, remember that. We don't see how you've developed from that. But if you're a consistent player and you're averaging 17 and a half, like, you book it. Like, that's what it's going to be, right? Night in and night out. See, Brunson didn't play that well the other night, but you see what he did tonight? You know what I mean? He like this is Brunson. This is who he's going to be. So no one's worried about him. But for you to get the bag, you got to show consistency in this league. This is the toughest league in the world, man. In the world. Everybody is nice. So IQ playing how he played tonight, you can't have a game like that. You just can't. I mean, I like his numbers. He had 6 assists, right? A big part of that was DiVincenzo knocking down threes. He had 6 boards, which is great for IQ, but he had 4 turnovers, man. You got to see the stat book right there. He had 4 turnovers. Then he shot 4 for 14. 1 for 9 from 3. That 11, like, that can't happen, man. And you want the bag. That can't. They're not going to do that, man. So IQ's got to be a lot more consistent. He's got to understand that, because, you know, when you get on a team and they say, all right, here's the bag, they're going to give you the keys to the car. They're going to say, okay, we know in most teams, but before they do that, they're going to look at those memos. They're going to look at all these things about you. They check off every box of a player. What is he going to be? What's his potential going to be? You know, the analytics, they go through every page of it, every line. They don't miss anything before they give the keys to the car to this kid. So games like this, they're watching. The league is watching. They got guys around that do that. The analytics guys, they got these guys that are watching every game. They know his strengths. They know his weaknesses, man. You know, he'll get in there and he'll say, well, listen, based on your season and based on your playoff performance, this is what we feel you should be making. So he's got to be mindful of that. So he can't have games like this. He just can't, especially if he's trying to get the bag. He's got to be consistent. Like tonight, IQ should have had at least 17. 17, he should have shot better from the field, made better decisions, not turn the ball over. He had 4 turnovers, man. He had the most on the team. You see the stats right there, guys. He had the most. Randall had 3, RJ had 3, and IQ had 4. You can't be handling the pill the way as much as he does and have 4 turnovers. But yet you want the bag. It don't go like that, man. You're not in this league. Okay, NBIC, okay. But what is different with the lineup or schemes? This coach is continuing the same thing. How can you be confident that this team will take the next step in the playoffs or the regular season? All right. Continuity breeds confidence. I'm going to say it again. Continuity breeds confidence. These guys have been playing together for a couple of years now. They know the ins and outs of who certain guys are. The only new addition here is DiVincenzo. Everyone else has been with each other for years now. right? So playing together, understanding a person's. Yo, Caesar, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming by, rocking with your boy, man. Thank you for coming by again, Caesar, man. Please hit that like button. Thank you for coming by. Let's go Knicks. My man Caesar's in the building. Let's go. When you get used to playing with guys, you play better. Because you understand a guy's strengths and weaknesses. It's called building camaraderie, building a team, a culture, right? Brunson brought that over last year, and you could see the team change. The expectations are held differently now because of what he is. It's different when a guy like that walks in a locker room who's a winner, man. Who's a winner. It feeds off for everybody. It's infectious. And what I saw today is I see a team that's confident and knows who they are. They know who they are, man. They're not unsure of what to do. They know who they are. They are responding to the success they had last year, and you saw it tonight. Yeah, they're going to have tough games, but everybody in this league does, man. This league is the best in the world. You're not going to be, come on. They don't have them as championship contenders. They don't. They're not. They're one piece away. Everybody understands that. But are they one of the better teams in the East? Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And I think they can make some noise in the playoffs. Will they make it to the finals? I don't think so. Can they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals? I think they can. But they have a good cohesive unit, man. Those guys believe in each other. They play hard for each other, and everybody knows their role. Period. You saw that with the Nuggets last year. There's no egos on that team. Everybody knows their role, and that's all that matters in this league, and that's how you win games. As the great Al Davis said, just win, baby. Just win. That's it. But my thing for me is when I'm watching this team, we could talk lineups and schemes, NBIC. But what I want to see is our guys getting better. Are they getting better? RJ looks better, man. He does. DiVincenzo looks like a great piece. I love iHeart coming off the bench, man. He's like a Bill Laimbeer, scrappy, lunch pail guy. He gets in your face. He defends. They only got him down for 2 rebounds tonight. I don't know why. It feels like he had more, man. He's just such a great piece coming off the bench for this team. Big Mitch was a monster in that bar. 13 boards, 4 blocks. He's a beast in that middle, man. A beast. A real, true rim protector. I think the one piece we're missing is we need a 4, a legit 4, who's about 6'9", 6'10", to come in for Randall to help out iHeart on them boards. Block shots, score when he can. I think that's what we're missing. A person who I would love, but I know we're not going to be able to get him. You know who I think will be perfect for this team coming off the bench? But I know we're not going to get him. But this is the type of guy I'm thinking about. A Bobby Portis type of guy. Who can knock down a 3 here and there, but can rebound in that Baja. Has a little attitude. Him and iHeart down there just great coming off the bench, right? Imagine we had a Bobby Portis. That would be a perfect fit for this team. But that's what we need. We need a 4 to come in for Randall for that second unit. That would be great. That would be great. Then I think we're good. Then I think we could push somebody to the limit. NBIC, okay, I don't think Brunson will want will be what everyone thinks. I like him, but not that much. We're not going to the Eastern Conference Finals with this team. It's not just the players that win in the playoffs. So NBIC, you don't like Brunson? You don't think Brunson is that good of a player? You don't think he's going to be what everyone thinks? Did you see him tonight? Did you see him last year in the playoffs? Now look, I know your issues with Tibbs. I never denied that. I agree with you. But to say Brunson is not what you think, he's the goods, my man. He's the goods. He's the goods. Caesar, one of the Morris twins. Right. See, now you see where I'm going here. Now you see where I'm going. To come off the bench just to give Randall some time. And he could be solid for that second unit. Yeah, bring Mook Morris back. He was here before. About 6'10". Solid. Solid down there. That's all you need, guy coming off the bench. Just giving those minutes. Helping Iheart on the boards. Being a rough rider. That's what we need. Because on that second unit, we already got the guys that's going to score. But Mook Morris, he can provide a little bit of offense. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that would be a nice piece. That would be a nice piece. And him and his ferocity, how he plays, we could push somebody 7 games. We could. MBSE, I think I think he is exceptional, not great. He is injury prone and a liability on defense. Okay, see, now you're changing your tone. See, you said I don't think Brunson will be what everybody thinks. That's what you said. So now you think he's exceptional. Okay. And he's not great. Okay, I can agree with that. I can. And being injury prone, yeah, I mean, he was injured for a little bit last year. It was nothing crazy. I mean, but, he's the goods, MBIC. I mean, I'm trying to find a better way. He's the goods, man. And he is as clutch as they come. And he's a tough check for anybody. Like I told you, I saw the game. I forget which game it was. I don't know if it was home or away, but I'm trying to remember. But he gave Drew Holiday 38, man. Drew Holiday was on skates guarding that boy. I'm telling you, man. He's a tough check. And the way he played them playoffs last year, oh, man. You got to salute him. You got to. I know what I'm looking at, man. Okay, where's BK? Brunson has it, but Tibbs may not. Okay, I'm with that. I think that's what MBIC is saying, man. He just ain't formulating it right. But I think that's what he means because he hates Tibbs. He wants Tibbs out of here. Like I said last night, he wants Tibbs sent to Seattle, to the North Pole, someplace far away from the Knicks. We do need more length in our backups, like 3-4. Yeah, that's what we need, Wiz. I'm telling you, that's what we need. That's what we need. We got that. I mean, I'm sure Leon and them are looking around, but I wonder if Tibbs is like whispering in their ear. If Mook Morris is available, I love that. If Mook Morris is available, I think we should really look into that. Coming off the bench, look at his history. You have to be on the floor. He is too small. NBIC. I've been close to Brunson, man. He's not too small, man. He's a legit 6 feet, man. He's solid 6 feet. I mean, he's but he's stocky. You know what I'm saying? He's stocky. He's solid. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, is he 6'4"? No, I mean, but he's about 6 feet. Some people, he's about 6 feet, 6'1", maybe 6'1". Yeah, about that. Because I'm 6'3", so I stood. He's about 6'1", 6 feet 6'1". He's not no 5'10", 5'11". He's not that. JB got the monster. Yeah, yo, listen, man. He's a ball player, man. You guys see Spider tonight? Spider had 43 tonight. The Spider had 43 tonight, man. Did they win tonight? Let me take a look. Did they win? Cleveland win tonight, you guys know? Take a look here. No, they lost. They lost to OKC by 3. But Spider had 43 tonight. He's solid and highly skilled. Yeah, man, listen. Here's why the Knicks are dangerous. But they lost, yeah. NBIC said no. No to what? That he's not 6 feet? He is, man. I was close to him, man. I seen him. He's about 6 feet, 6'1". He's no 5'11", 5'10". No. Yeah, OKC beat him. Yeah, I see that by 3. I saw that. Here's why the Knicks are dangerous. The Knicks are dangerous, and this is why I wish OKC gonna be tough. Yeah, man. They're gonna be real tough because they got of course they got SGA. They got who's the white guard? Gideon? What's the white kid's name? The guard. Starts with a G. And he was giving the Knicks the business, remember? Right? But they got old boy from Gonzaga. Everybody talking about Wembanyama. This kid is no joke. I remember him when he was in high school. Who's the big man? Giddey. Yeah, Giddey's official, yo. He's nice, right? But Giddey's big too. Giddey's about 6'6", 6'7". He was giving Knicks the business. But they got, it was Chase, right? Chase, right? What's the big kid? Josh Giddey, yeah. What's the big kid? What's the kid 7'3"? Chase? Chet. Yeah, Chet is special. Yeah, he is, Caesar. Yo, he was giving Wembanyama problems when they played him in the under 20 World Championships joint for the youth. They played up in Portland. I watched that game, yo. He was giving Wembanyama problems, man. Yeah, Giddey 6'8". Yeah, Giddey get busy, man. Right? So they got SGA over there, and Chet is he was giving Wembanyama problems, man. Problems. Because he's big like that, too. How big is Chet? About 7'3"? What's Chet Holmgren, right? How big is Chet, man? I'm going to check right now. Hey, y'all gonna check with me. Chet Holmgren. How big is Chet? Let's check it out right now. Biggest Chet. They said he's 7'1". I think he's bigger than that. He might be the same size as Porzingis. They said Porzingis 7'3". I think Chet is like 7'3", man. They said 7'1". He looked bigger than that because when he was playing against Wembanyama, he looked big. Wembanyama didn't look that much bigger than him. Yeah, Chet is yo. They gonna be dangerous. Remember he broke his foot last year, so that's why he kind of slipped through the cracks. People forgot about him, but I remember him. I remember him when he was in high school. He was at Gonzaga getting busy. They dangerous, man, because they're young. And you know what SGA do? SGA 6'6" was giving the Knicks business. We couldn't stop him. We couldn't stop him. I remember I was like, yo, we cannot stop this dude, man. He's for NBIC. He put on some weight, man. Come on. put on some weight. He was working out. Listen, he's not going to beat Karl Malone. He's not. Them days is over. Yeah, he's big, man. He's big. Yeah, Chet is official. Okay, Wiz said, I wish we had taken Duran, Eason, Kessler, even Braun in the 22 draft, and we would have snagged Whitmore to increase our Nova squad. Ha ha ha. Whitmore's a baller. Whitmore's pretty good. SGA had 38 on Cleveland tonight. I'm not shocked. How much was SGA averaging last year? Wasn't it at one point, if I'm correct, at one point last year, I think he was leading the league in scoring, right? At one point, right? I remember everybody last year was talking about getting SGA. I tell people, I said there's no way OKC's letting him go. They're gonna give him everything. 6'6" point guard, man. He makes the game look so easy. Man, it's just effortless with him, man, because he's so big. He's, you know what I'm saying? He's 6'6". He just makes it look easy. He got that little weird jump shot. Joint be going in, man. Cash money. NBIC said, let me see how he holds up. Listen, man, I think all those big guys are going to have a hard time holding up in this league. It's 82 games, man. It's no joke. Perfect example, right? Yeah, he finished at 30.5 last year. See what I'm saying? I told you, he was getting busy last year, man. 30.5 in this league? Bro, they're going to be dangerous this year. If everyone stays healthy, they're going to be dangerous. Yeah, NBIC, we got to see. I agree, man. We got to see how he holds up. I think that when big guys like that, it's it's always tough, like on their limbs, right? If you remember, Mitch was having a hard time staying healthy for a minute too. Remember that? Like it's tough on their limbs. 82 games is a long season for big guys like that. You know what I mean? So we got to see, can they handle the banging, the traveling? Every night you're playing somebody nice. Perfect example, right? The Knicks came, they just left Trae Young and these boys. Right now they got to see Zion them all. Flexing and all that. He's drinking power shakes and all that, getting ready for the Knicks because he's playing RJ. So he want to get busy against his homeboy. And then after that, we got Spider. We got Spider back to back. So this league, it doesn't give you a break, man. So, those big men, they have a hard time with that. They got to get on planes. You know what I mean? It's a lot on their limbs, man. It's a lot. SGA's big. Yeah, he's smooth, man. SGA's untouchable. And, yes, he led the league in scoring for the time. I knew it, man. That's why I knew. He's a problem, man. He's a problem, and he's young, too. He's a problem. Yeah, Chet put on 15 pounds. And yeah. It definitely shows, Caesar. I saw him in watching the game the other day, and I was like, yo, he looked bigger. Like, he looks like, he doesn't look as thin as he did at Gonzaga. So, obviously, when he was out last year, he put on some weight. You can see the difference. You know what I'm saying? So, Spider trying to flex on us, man. But, Caesar, Spider wants to show and wants everybody to know, I want to come home, man. I want to come home. And he does. He wants to come home, man. He don't want to be in Cleveland. He never want. This is where he wants to be. This is where he wants to be. He just turned 25. Yes, he's young, man. He's young, but see, perfect example, right? You see him, right? Getting busy, right? 25 years old. RJ's only 23, man. You see why we got to hold on to our boy? We can't let him go, man. A lot of people talking about trading him. We cannot let RJ go, man. He's only 23 years old, man. Look at what he's doing right now. This is only game 2. I understand. I don't want to jump out the window, but what I'm saying is, if we can get RJ to be consistent like that, where he's averaging anywhere between 22 to 25 a night, he's our number 3 pick, man. Next to Brunson. And then And then, if Leon can pull off a thief in the night and get Spider over here, the Knicks would be a problem, man. A problem. People are going to complain about defense. I get it. No one plays defense in this league. Nobody. You blow on a guy, you get a foul. No one plays defense. Dame Dollar plays no defense. Trae Young plays no defense. Steph Curry plays no defense. Should I go on? Who plays defense in this league? What guard, scoring guard, do you know plays defense? Drew Holiday is the best on guard before, and Marcus Smart, right? That's it. Who else? No one plays defense. No one. Caesar said, I believe JB and Spider can work out well together. They can, man. They can and they will. Trust me. SJ's been getting busy for the last 3 or 4 years, though. Yeah, no, he has been, but it's been kind of like a quiet thing because, OKC hasn't been that good. You know what I'm saying? Killer Dogs, what up, man? What's going on, brother? I'm glad you came by, man. Show some love to LV, man. I appreciate you stopping through, man. If you can, please hit that like button, man. But thank you for coming through and hollering at the crew, man. Appreciate that, man. New York forever. Let's go. Okay, NBIC. It won't work in New York with him and Brunson. You got to get rid of that one. Brunson has more longevity than Spider. NBIC, man, I have to disagree. That'll be a perfect 1-2 punch. Are you guys ready when I say this? That can be our version of the Splash Brothers. That could be our version of that. Imagine that. Imagine them two in the backcourt together. Dangerous. Dangerous. Caesar said, we still hoping RJ finally got it together now, and we don't know. Right, we don't know yet. I don't want to jump out the window, but if this can be him all season, consistent. Oh man. The league better watch out. The Knicks are going to be the Knicks are going to be dangerous. You hear me? Dangerous. We know what Randall's going to do. He's proven that already. We know what Brunson is. But if RJ can find a way to be consistent with those guys and put up these type of numbers, oh, man. Dangerous. Dangerous in this league. NBIC, when it matters, you have to play D. Otherwise, Fourier will be playing more. Yes, when it matters, it does. You got to play some D. I agree. And those guys do play some D. Fourier plays no defense. There's a difference. Like, there's extremes, right? Or shall I say, let me say something different. There's levels to this NBIC, right? There's playing some type of defense, getting steals, loose balls, maybe a block here and there, right? Maybe draw a charge, right? Which Brunson is great at. And there is just not playing any different defense that Fourier. Fourier doesn't move his feet. He doesn't do anything. That's why he's all the way at the end of the bench. Good win tonight. Killer Dogs, absolutely. Great win tonight. Great win tonight. That's a real reach. What's a real reach? Break it down. Please tell me, man. Word. Perfect 1-2 punch. Nah. More like Clyde and Earl reincarnated. I like that. I like that. But they score better than them dudes, man. Splash Brothers. Yeah. 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 I like that better. Our version in New York. Let him do it to the new year before I start to believe in RJ. Yeah. No, Caesar. No, absolutely. He's got to be consistent with it, right? But I have a feeling, because remember, guys, listen, this is kind of like a carryover from the playoffs, right? He played well in the playoffs. He really did. He played pretty good in the FIBA World Cup. So his game is carried over. He has not really missed much basketball. He's been playing since the playoffs, FIBA World Cup, and now this. So he looks like he's kind of like, I don't want to say mid-season form, but he hasn't skipped a beat. And I think he's starting to understand his game. I think he's maturing. So, because this is a different RJ than what we've ever seen. Like, you guys got to be honest. He's never started the season off really well. He hasn't. He's always struggled to kind of start. He's been a slow starter. I'm not seeing that with him this year. And it's only been 2 games. I don't know. We'll see how he does on his back-to-back. But I'm just saying. I like what I see so far. Spider 6'2", but he plays like he's 6'6". Yeah, he does. Might be big. He may play bigger than that, man, because he attacks that Baja, man. When you go to that Baja, you better watch out. He attacks that rim, man. He gets up, man. He gets up, and that jumper is splash from deep. He's like Dame Dollar, man. With that Jimmy, man. He like Dame Dollar. He's dangerous, man. Spider's dangerous. Only way that works is Brunson and Spider is if we can get a defensive long wings. Yeah. I mean, yeah, we want defensive wings, but they're expensive, man. NBIC, the defensive long wings that you're talking about, like Jaden McDaniel, that just got all that money. What do you get, 136? That's what they paying, man, for those long athletic wings. They're very expensive in this league. Why do you think no one has picked up OG Anunoby? Why do you think no one's doing one? Because he's expensive. Those 3-and-D wings are expensive in this league. That's what everybody wants. Exactly, NBC. Long defensive wings. I agree, man. Those guys are expensive, though. Can't believe people don't want Spider here. Listen, man. I don't know why. Listen, I wanted Spider the first time around, right? But I wasn't willing to give up the whole farm for him. I wasn't willing to do that. Because you still need players here to develop and still grow, right? You know, you can't give up everybody for Spider. Like, you can't do that. But if we can get him and he just, falls in our lap because he doesn't want to go and he doesn't want to go back to Cleveland, great. Because you never know, guys. He might take a pay cut because he wants to play here, because he wants to be home. Period. And I don't hear him talk about playing in Brooklyn. I hear him talk about he want to be in the Garden. That's where he want to be. Has anybody ever been to Barclays? I've been there for a comedy show. It's not the Garden, man. It's not the Garden. It's not the Garden, man. And guys know that it's not the Garden. They tried to do it. They tried to have KD and them over there. See, it didn't work. You know why? Because it's not the Garden, man. It's not electric how the Garden is, man. It's not. Something different about that arena, man. Something different. And that's what Spider wants to be. He wants to be on center stage. He wants to feel like he's on a Broadway play. Everyone is coming to see him. All the stars, everybody is there to see Spider. That's what he wants. No one wants to be in Cleveland. Even LeBron didn't want to be in Cleveland. That's why he left. No one wants to be there. He wants to come home. Bring him home. Jalen got 146, but it costs to win championships. Yeah, it does. It does. Real Reach is the New York Splash Brothers. Both are horrible defenders and both are small players. Spider plays above the rim. That doesn't last long in the league. We should have drafted him. All right, I'm confused. You said a whole bunch of bad things in there about Spider, and then you said we should have drafted him. I got confused. I think they play great together. Yes, Spider jumping and doing it, that's not good for your knees. I agree with that. But that's why he's got that ratchet, man. Now he pulls from deep. Blocker. That's what he does, man. It's like Dame Dollar. I'm telling you. I've watched games and I said, yo, he ain't pulling from there. Yo, he is pulling from there. And the splash. Then he does it again. I said, yo, he is nasty, man. Imagine him in the Garden with Brunson. Teams would be terrified to play us, man. Terrified. Because they don't know to check. And when Spider get going, listen, man. He's a dangerous player. Dangerous. Ainge never really wanted to do the fair business with us. He was only looking to fleece us. Yeah, I think Danny Ainge he's doing his Boston Celtics tricks, man. You know what I mean? He learned that from Larry Bird and Red Auerbach. All them guys, man. I don't trust Ainge at all. Caesar, Spider want that orange and blue. He does. Barclay sucks. Nice to look at from the outside. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. Spider wants to be with the Knicks since the draft. We took Frank. Yeah, I never understood that. New York City kid, he wants to come back home. Of course he does. Phil Jackson. Spider and JB is a no-brainer. Dynamic duo in the backcourt. Yes, it is. Ran out of the text. We should have drafted him in the beginning, right? Now he doesn't fit the team. Okay, got you. I think he does fit, man. I think he does fit. NBIC, listen, this is a star-driven league, man. That's what the Knicks are missing. I think Brunson is it, but if you put Brunson with Spider, that's why I'm calling them the Splash Brothers. Not necessarily they're going to shoot threes like those guys. No, but you got two legit all-stars playing together in the backcourt, very similar to that. Because Timmy Brunson's an all-star. Let's cut the nonsense. He's going to be an all-star this year. Okay? So you have him and Spider in the backcourt. That's very similar to having Clay and Steph back there, man. Two legit all-stars. That any one of them can go off for 40 that night. Anyone. Very comparable. Very similar. Very similar. May even be close to Dumars and Isaiah. But you know, Joey D played that defense. You know that. So that's where it's different. These guys don't play that defense like Dumars. But they scored. Spider scores at a higher clip than Joe Dumars did. But he doesn't play the defense that Joe Dumars does. And come on, Zeke is Zeke, man. I love Brunson, but he ain't Zeke. Zeke being Isaiah Thomas, right? So we understand that. But I'm just saying, when you think of backcourt mates, guards that could score at a high clip, these guys are in that conversation if Spider was to come here. I love JB, but he's not on Spider's caliber as a player. No, he's not there yet. No, Spider's different, man. Spider's that superstar you're talking about, NBIC. So how do we stop SGA and Giddey with the dynamic duo? That's one scenario. Agreed. That's a good point, man. That's just a matchup nightmare. I understand that. 6'8" and 6'6". I understand that. But Brunson has no problem scoring against anybody. Neither does Spider. Spider's 6'2", 6'3". He's actually, he's actually about 6'2". 6'2". Because I've stood next to him before too. I saw him downtown at because he used to play for Riverside Church. He used to play for the church. So I seen him before. I actually seen him before, like when he was playing with Louisville. He come back home and stuff. I saw him, but he's about 6'2". He's a legit 6'2". But he plays bigger than that, man, because of his athleticism. So Giddey's gonna have a problem with him, man. It doesn't matter. Spider deals with big guards all the time. It doesn't matter, man. It does not matter. Okay, Spider played against those boys you talking about today, right? NBIC. He had 43, man. He had 43. So what does that tell you? It doesn't matter. Who's stopping Shea and Giddey anywhere in this league, bro? Right, exactly. But who's stopping Spider? Spider had 43 on them boys today with no Jalen Brunson. We're talking about individual play, not about winning a chip. We won't win with that duo. It would be fun to watch. Hey, man, I think we would win with them. I think we would win with them. Who would stop our dynamic duo then, bro? Listen, man, look. This league is about championships. Listen, if the Splash Brothers can do it, why can't these guys? Why can't them? The league is all about offense anyway. It's not about defense. Yes, the playoffs change because, all right, look. The playoffs, we understand, is a different level of basketball, right? Let's be clear. It changes. The rules change. They run you off the three-point line. But that's why you need stars to be stars in the playoffs. That's why you get those guys, because those guys rise to the level of what is expected in the playoffs. Look what Brunson did last year. So you imagine you put Spider next to Brunson in the playoffs. Danger zone, man. Do you understand what the Knicks could do? In the playoffs. Because that's when you need your stars. That's when they get their money. Period. And they lost. My point exactly. Okay, they lost. So what? Everybody loses. But are we speaking of a loss? Or are we speaking of a whole 82-game season in the playoffs, man? Come on. Come on. Spider came into this league from day one doing this. Yeah, Spider's a monster. At 6'2", right. Golden State played D. Yes and no, man. Only a couple guys played D on that team. Clay played D, and Draymond. Steph plays no defense. None. Brunson can't guard his shadow. Listen, man. I agree. I'm not denying that. But no one can in this league. That's what the league has turned into, man. There are no defensive stoppers. Dame Dollar plays no defense, my guy. None. Neither does Steph. Neither does none of these top point guards that are high flyers. None of these guys play defense. That's just the truth, man. That's what the league has turned into. But anyway, what did you guys think about DiVincenzo tonight? I like what I saw. DiVincenzo is going to help us win a lot of games this year. A lot of games. Because what I like tonight from him is this. Like, IQ didn't have it going tonight. Right? So last year we had nobody like DiVincenzo to fill that slot for the Knicks. Like, Obi was there, but Obi wouldn't be doing what DiVincenzo did tonight. He might have had like 11 points, same thing as IQ. But DiVincenzo is a different piece, right? So if IQ doesn't have it going, he can get it going. Listen, man, he's an X factor. He's an X factor. He's a nice piece to what it is that we like to do. Because what he brings, honestly, guys, what he brings is that offensive stability to where we'll never skip a beat. Like what I love tonight was like in the third quarter, when the Knicks were kind of going back and forth with the Hawks, right? And it seemed like guys were getting tired. You sub those dudes in, we bumped the league back to 11. DiVincenzo started knocking down threes. We bumped it right back up. You know what I'm saying? So I like that, man. I like that a lot. Caesar says, I was pleasantly surprised with Dante. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. It's very exciting what he can do. So I'm excited about what this season's going to look like. I really, really am. Listen, guys, we just need that 4, man. We need that 4. We need that 4. We need it. That's what we're missing. That's what we are. That's what we're missing. Although Josh Hart was solid tonight. He's going to be Josh Hart, lunch pail guy. But I like what I see. I like what I see. I like what I see. That's the one piece I feel we're missing, but I like what I see. I do. Okay, NBIC. Here we go. We can't keep putting our faith in these bench players. First, it was Hart, now Dante. They are nice bench players, not all stars. We have to remember that. Your bench players help you win games, NBIC. This is a total team thing, man. Yes, we need a star player, but these guys are contributing pieces that can help us win. And that's what it's all about, winning. Not about a star getting his numbers. Win the game, period. Good play from Dante means IQ is out of here by trade deadline, unfortunately. I think IQ's going regardless. I just think, but it all depends though. It all depends because IQ may find it that he might, depending on how he plays, if he's up and down, I think IQ last year was a big year for him, but what we have known him to be is a streaky player, right? He has a lot of great upside, but he can be streaky at times. They're not going to pay him for being streaky. Like they're gonna hold that against him when it comes to the money piece. And if he's streaky this year, I wouldn't be surprised if a team says, all right, we'll give you 21. I wouldn't be surprised if it's maybe $1 million or $2 million more than the Knicks. And the Knicks match that and he winds up staying. And the only reason why I say that is because his play, he could be streaky at times. And what I saw tonight, teams are going to hold that over his head. Like, they're going to hold that on his head. Like, yo, man, you didn't look good here, you didn't look good here. So, listen, we don't think, and you're 6'2", you're not 6'7". You know what I mean? Like they look at all that. They look at projection. So what you're projected to be is this type of player. So we're going to play you what your projection is. So if they say, okay, max 24 million, but we're not going to give you your max. We'll probably give you like 22, 21 and a half. Take it or leave it. And he might realize the Knicks weren't that far off with the money. But once again, that's based on his play. Now, he can play out of his mind this year and then get more money. But if he plays like this, like up and down like that, and kind of has games with 24, 38, then the next game he's having like 12, like teams are not going to be, and then he doesn't play well in the playoffs like he did last year, like that could hurt his stock. Wiz said you're correct. Dante's the X factor. He is Josh with more athleticism, shooting skills, plus a decent handle. Absolutely, man. I'm telling you, man. He's something we didn't have last year, and I think that with his shooting and how he plays, he's going to help us win a lot of games this year. He's going to help us win a lot of games. So, yeah, guys, listen, it's almost 1 o'clock. I'll be back tomorrow so we can talk about the game against Zion. Because if we can get Zion, too, that's another guy out there. Remember, everybody's talking. What about Zion? We'll see him tomorrow. But I'm not bringing him if he's going to be at White Castles in the Bronx. If he's going to be at one of them coochie free throw spots in the Bronx. If he's going to be in Brooklyn eating all that Jamaican food. I'm not bringing him if he's struggling like that. So hopefully we can keep him to where he's getting power, eating protein shakes, working out, lifting weights. That's the Zion I want. So that's something we'll talk about tomorrow because we're going to see him tomorrow. And he's looking good. All right? But listen, I'm LV Live. I appreciate you guys coming by. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button for your boy, please. All right? And I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, man. Let's do it, man. Let's go Knicks. I'm out of here, people.